Hey guys, we're using the partial product strategy to multiply two-digit numbers today. It's very, very wordy. It's hard to say, but what it basically is we're looking at finding a strategy to make multiplication easy. I've seen people using the formal algorithm, and that's really, really good, but you need to know how to use this strategy as well. Remember, a lot of the time it's not about finding the answer, it's about the steps involved to get there. So, a mark on your test for the answer, a mark for the working out. This beautiful diagram that you can see in front of us, this is the diagram that we use when we're using the partial product strategy. It's very similar to the partial quotient strategy, where we're basically just breaking down a multiplication question and making it easier for us. So today I want to show you how we can use it to solve, let's do 43 times 27. So if you've got that, straight away I know there's no way I can do that off the top of my head. The first thing I'm going to do though is estimate. So 4 times 2 is 8. Add on my two zeros, because I know that these are both in the tens column. That means this answer is going to be roughly around 8,000. Roughly around the 8,000 mark. Sorry, 800. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 zeros, 800. Be careful, you can make easy mistakes like that. So I just want to show you how you use this little diagram to do it. So what you do is, you set it out, so I've got 43. So I'm going to break that down into 40 and 3. And then down the bottom here, I'm going to take 27, and I'm going to break it down into 20 and 7. And then what we do here, I'll change color so you can see it, we basically multiply through this grid. So first of all, we do this one. So this one is going to be 40 times 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Add on the two zeros is going to give us 800. Then we look at now we're doing 40. Sorry, now we look down the bottom, we go 20. 20 times 3, because I'm just following through this grid. 2 times 3 is 6. Add on the 0 that I left off, and it's 60. Then we go across and do, this time we're doing 40 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Add on the 0 to show the tens, 280. And down here we're doing 7 times 3, which I hope is pretty simple for everybody, 21. Now, if I add all these partial products together, I'll get the answer to 43 times 27. The other strategy that goes hand in hand with this is using number sentences. So I'm just going to change color again, and I'm going to start writing out all my number sentences. So the first one I did was 40 multiplied by 20, which is 800. The next one I did was 40 multiplied by 7, which was 280. Then we did 20 times 3, which is 60. And then we did, of course, 7 times 3, which gave us 21. Let me drag my face out of the way here. So to find the answer, all we do is simply add all this together. So I've got 1 in my ones column, 8 and 2 is 10, 10 and 6 is 16, carry my 1 across into the hundreds column, 8 and 2 is 10, and 1 is 11. So I've got 1,161. Now, on a test, you'll probably have a calculator with you for your second part of the test. So you can add it together, double check it, or you can then go through and just double check by adding all these together. So I know that, I can see 800 plus 280, yeah, that's going to get me over 1,000. And then you can just see how it evens out that way. I feel like I've done a pretty poor job explaining that, so let's do another one, just for sake of argument. I'm going to get rid of all of this. And let's say we're looking at a problem like, I'll do a simpler one just to show you it in action. 15 times 20. Now I know there are a lot of you that could do that off the top of your head, but we need to get used to actually using the partial product strategy to do it. So the first thing I need to do is draw up my grid. And I'm going to set it out. So I've got 15, so 10 and 5, and 20, I've got 2 tens and 0 ones. When there's 0 in the ones, it's obviously going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to start by doing 10 times 20, which is 200. 20 times 5, 2 times 5 is 10. Add on the extra 0 that I left off, 100. 10 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 5 is 0. add them together, and I get 300. I hope that makes sense. As you're working your way through your Stepping Stones book, I'm just having a look through. Sometimes they try to trip you up by, they give you things like this, where they give you the answers, they give you the partial products, and you need to actually go through and work out, well, what could it have been? That's really sort of more of an extension question though. I think the step that you need to get best at once you've finished learning how to do the partial products is just setting out your number sentences nice and neatly. Yeah, good luck.